Servus from Vienna. At the Access DevCon on April 16, the Microsoft Access team held a session in which they showed several new, planned, or even experimental features. I'll briefly go over them here and show the parts with the largely unknown and unofficial details.
The first feature has been available in the current Access version since April 21. New SysCmds that return version information. The image shows our Access Forever org article about this. You'll find some links to further information in the video description below. The next feature, zooming, will be released in several parts. The first parts have been available in the beta versions for some time and will be released in the production versions later in May. I showed demos of this in my previous Access News video. The removal of the 22-inch limit for forms and reports has also been announced for some time, and I showed a demo in Access News. On the M365 roadmap, it's scheduled for June.
Now for the truly unexpected new features. We owe them all to software engineer Shane Croft, who was not able to attend the DevCon, so his colleague Courtney Owen presented them.
First up are cascading combo and list boxes. This feature was still experimental in the DevCon demo, but has since been announced on the roadmap for August. Here's the demo clip.
Cascading combo boxes. So I think the demo will be the best way to explain this, but basically Shane has made changes which allow you to, through the property sheet, to link combo boxes together so that when you interact with one combo box, it updates the contents of another combo box. And historically, you would need to have done that via code, but we can, with his changes, you can do that just through settings in the property sheet. So what Shane did, and we will see it in this other form here, is add the ability to set properties on these. These are existing properties to be able to link these combo boxes together. So this city combo box points to the country combo box. And I think that the demo will be the best kind of way to show this. So if I change this to France, and then I go, this will show me French cities. I change this to Lyon. Presumably these are cities in Lyon, I'm not sure. If I change this to Germany, that's how it works. So without having to write any code, you can just link these combo boxes together in the property pane. And it's, I think, a pretty cool user scenario.
Access controls still almost exclusively have square corners. Here too, Access will soon catch up with the times, as the new rounded corners feature, which is still in the experimental phase, will hopefully be available soon.
Corner radiuses. Now this seems like a small little thing. You'll see in the picture there the jagged corners versus the soothing rounded corners. It's a small thing, but it sort of gives it a modern feeling. And to have that flexibility, I think, in your forms is a nice thing to have. So we'll go into design mode here. And he has this property corner radius. So we'll change that. Then we'll go back and see we have rounded corners, and even the buttons are rounded. Kind of a neat little cool way to customize your form and give it a more modern feel with just, and he also has VBA enabled for this as well.
For several versions now, Access has had a date picker, though it has very limited functionality. That's why the Access team wants to replace it. Here is the experimental and thus still unofficial new date picker.
This one is super cool, and the new date picker, this gives you the ability to set hours and minutes, and you can filter on months, and there's quite a bit of capability. that he implemented here. I will show you the basics of it, and I'm sure I'm not going to hit everything that Shane hit, but I'll do my best. So you guys probably remember the old date picker control, and here's the new date picker. If I open this, and so now we have hours and minutes, and you can go from AM to PM, and this is cool. You can select the month that you're interested in. It'll automatically go to that. He did mention there's some stuff around using mouse wheel, and I wasn't able to figure out that portion. I might not be showing all of the coolness of it, but it does offer quite a bit more than the old date picker control.
So much for the modernizing new features. Let's hope that it will all be available in Access soon. We will be covering this on Access Forever.org.